Hello, Leo. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, we're going to start with your oracle cards before we get into your reading. And this week, Leo, from Lay Vampire, you pulled the Call of the Night. Daring, adventure, and excitement. And then from Chakra Wisdom, you pulled Instinct. Now, what I love about the Call of the Night from Lay Vampire is when you read the blessing, it's just a barrage of words. So the blessing with the Call of the Night is attraction, stimulated, daring, unexpected, thrill, danger, change in circumstances, drawn to the occult, unknown, wish to understand, experimentation, challenges, and tests. This card is really talking about you getting out of your comfort zone and seeking out new people and new experiences. The Knight is pulling you and telling you to go out and explore. And your instincts are leading you there. Instinct from Chakra Wisdom is talking about how your instincts are finely tuned, so don't doubt them. But you are being guided now to really start to follow those pulls toward new experiences and start to get out of that comfort zone. All right, Leo, here we go. Here's the energy coming through. Wow, and you guys are not the only ones to pull this here. Justice. So, justice is about fairness and balance. This is weighing out a situation and making a final decision. Justice, and I have to say this because I think it's important for, those who are looking at relationship issues. Justice is about fairness and balance, specifically in relationships when you connect it with Libra, because this being the card of Libra and they ruling the 7th house specifically has to do with marriages and relationships. But justice is saying that, situations need to be amended in some cases, but definitely there is a need here for some fairness and some balance. And yeah, out of that, yeah, I would want some fucking fairness too. Shit. The 5 of Swords as the past coming through is no good. It's no good. It being the past, though, is good because this isn't something you're going to have to deal with in the future. It's what you do out of this that's going to matter. The 5 of Swords is bullshit. It's bullshit conflict, and it's fighting, and it's just, there's no truth. It's all ego. Getting wrapped up in situations that you should be walking away from. Extreme miscommunications happening here. But seeing justice, again, wrongs being amended, and getting fairness and balance and clarity. And in the present, I don't know what the hell it is, but ever since I started these readings again, that Page of Swords keeps showing up. The Page of Swords as your present condition is suggesting that some of you, in some situations, looking at justice in the 5 of Swords, you may be having legal difficulties, is what I feel like. But outside of that, the Page of Swords immediately says to me that there is conflict surrounding you, and that's obvious with the 5 of Swords. But if you're looking for fairness and balance, you have to deal with these situations with intelligence and grace. That is the big thing for me when I see the Page of Swords. It's the way that you handle this situation is what's going to make the difference here. But the other part of this, too, seeing the Page of Swords suggests to me outside influences. These on, the negative side, especially with the 5 of Swords on top, these are people who talk shit. They are liars. There is no truth here at all, at all. And justice is suggesting that that is what you want. You want truth. You want balance. You don't want to deal with this kind of shit. Future conditions. Wow. So, the High Priestess, first of all, is telling you to observe the situation first. This is a passive energy. There's no action taken here. You're observing the situation, and your intuition is guiding you to have the truth come to light, basically. The High Priestess is the psychic. This is about the intuition and trusting that. But it's also about the hidden knowledge and wisdom, and bringing that to the surface. So I'm looking at this, And I'm seeing you finding out the truth about a situation. Something is definitely coming to light here with the High Priestess, but in order for you to see it, your best action is to observe. Observe the things that people are saying to you and the way that they're acting. And they will reveal themselves through their own actions, and your intuition is going to guide you to what needs to come to light. Your best path to follow, the Six of Cups. This position is Spirit's advice to you. Looking at the Six of Cups here, first of all, the card is about nostalgia. It's about looking at the past. And when you look at your past, there's bullshit, right? But this is about looking at joyful memories. My feeling around this is if you're looking for fairness and balance out of these deceiving energies here, there is a need for you to... I'm trying to think of the best way to put this. If you're wanting fairness and balance, the best thing for you to do is to look at joyful memories rather than being stuck in the past. Because the whole point of the Six of Cups is about restoring harmony, and that's through looking at joyful memories. If that's what you're wanting to continue to create, that is what you need to look at. Because the Six of Cups, when you're looking at the past, you're bringing it into the present moment, and that is what you will create tomorrow. And if you're looking at the past and you're looking at bullshit, that's what you're going to keep seeing. There's like this part of you that has a nostalgic view, and it's like, I think for some of you, you're wanting the past returned to you. But then, you know, there's also a need here for the past to have this fairness and balance here. I'm looking at this and it's like, you know, there's the other part too with the Six of Cups where it talks about acts of kindness towards others as well. Where, you know, killing them with kindness, right? But something about the past has got your attention. And I feel like some of you need to be careful about that. In your environment. Now, the Hangman seems to keep showing up with that damn Page of Swords too. This situation it's difficult. It's difficult. You're wanting fairness and balance. You're not seeing it. There are conflicts happening in the past. And you're not seeing it right. With the Six of Cups sitting next to it, it's almost like you're not seeing it fully just yet, but the High Priestess is saying you will. You will. Like, you know, looking at instincts, right? Your instincts are going to guide you to the answer here. Or seeing the truth. Having these hidden things come to light. But in your environment right now, again, there's like no action. You're not really taking any action toward this, but you're expecting fairness and balance. The Hangman, what the Hangman sees is upside down to us. It's a need to see things in a different perspective and needing to see a whole situation. It's suggesting that there is an inability to do anything because, you know, you can't see fully yet what may be the right decisions to make or the right actions to take. And the big thing here is if you're wanting to find that enlightenment through this, you need to set aside your ego and be able to see all sides of the situation. But the way that I'm looking at this is you may be dealing with somebody who is not being very truthful with you at all. And I think you're going to get to a point when the truths are revealed that you're going to make a decision. Right now, it's kind of hard for you to see what kind of decision to make. I mean, look at it, you know. How can you find fairness and balance when you're dealing with these two types of energies here? But again, the High Priestess is saying there's going to be enlightenment here. And I think that with the Six of Cups sitting here, you know, the warning here is to be careful about how you look at the past here, because I think for some of you, you're not seeing it fully. Your hopes and your fears. Yeah, you're not. Jeez, Leo. Okay, so I need some coffee here. I gotta calm down so I can get this message out clearly without jumping to this and that. The Seven of Cups says that you may have a lot of options around you, but there's fantasy here, right? For some of you, you're not clear on what decisions you need to make because you aren't seeing the truth. In some cases, I think the truth is being hidden from you by another person. And your view on the past with this person isn't right. There's like a need to look at it differently. The Seven of Cups is suggesting that you're having difficulty doing that. And you're having difficulty making a decision here, right? Now, for some of you, if you have a lot of options on which ways to go, you know, what to do here, you know, you have to be careful about what your emotional attachments are to the options that you have in front of you, because a lot of times we tend to choose something that may not be good for us based on our fantasies, our emotional fantasies around it. I kind of get the sense here that you may have somebody who is purposely like clouding your view. They're deceptive. They're very deceptive. You're seeing one side of them, but you're not seeing the other side. But again, the High Priestess is like, they're not going to hide forever. But I think there's a part of you that is having difficulty seeing it right now, because your view on the past may not be quite right. And then the outcome, oof, whatever does come out is going to be really overwhelming for you. Leo, be careful about the way that you're looking at the past. And, you know, that there is a need here for you to restore harmony back into your life and start looking at more joyful memories than the difficulties. But I think it's hard for you because there's an outside influence here that is like, I don't think you're seeing this person fully. And this could be an air sign, and I'm seeing Libra front and center. Whatever is going to be coming out about this person is going to put you in a position where you're like, what? Right? Like coming out of the Seven of Cups in your hopes and your fears, where you're just like not seeing the clarity or not seeing the truth. It comes out in a way that is going to be like overwhelming for some of you. But it's not going to be a painful thing. Like, I think that the way that you guys handle the situation is going to be a lot different than, you know, what I would have expected to see. Like, for me out of the situation, I would have expected to see, like, the Ten of Swords. Because this person is deceptive. That I will have to say with what I'm seeing here. They are not telling the truth. And you are not seeing who they are fully just yet. And I think that for some of you, these people are like deceiving you and you're just clouded. You're not thinking clearly around the situation involving this person. But, you know, going back to the Ten of Wands, this could have been a really painful situation, but I think for you it's just kind of like overwhelming. But there is the ending of this cycle happening here. It's going to be an overwhelming situation that's going to make this situation close up. It's going to end. It's going to lead into a new cycle. And it's important here for you to not allow yourself to get so overwhelmed by the weight of the truth that is coming out involving this person. All right, Leo, I'm going to stop talking about this. We're going to look at the soul trees to see what other messages there are for you guys. I'm confused looking at it. And I can understand why the Seven of Cups is there. It's like this person, there's two sides to them. There's two sides to them. There's the side that you are seeing, that they're projecting out toward you, but then there's the truth. And it's going to be an overwhelming truth, I think, for some of you. All right. You need to start creating some possibilities for yourself. Some new possibilities, new things, especially with the call of the night showing up. If you guys are feeling stuck in a situation because of somebody else's deceitful behavior, you have to see clearly that there are possibilities for you to experience something, you know, better, right? Needing to restore harmony. You know, and the possibilities, there's different possibilities on how you handle this situation. But, you know, whatever it is that you do decide to finally do here with justice, make sure that, you know, you are creating a better situation for yourself in regards to people that are around you, where you can have clarity and there isn't this deceitful energy surrounding them. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. We are going to take a look at the romance angels now to see what is going on for Leo in love. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So again, for those of you who are meeting somebody and you're starting to date now, there's a big need here for Leo to start expressing the way that they feel. Especially if you're coming out of situations where, you know, and I hate to say this, some of you may be dealing with breakups and then, you know, somebody new is coming through. There's a need for you to express love and express romantic feelings. Now, for those of you who are in a committed relationship and are happy, you know, this, for me, has a feeling of being grateful for your partner and being grateful that they're not being deceitful, right? So express your love to the person that is important to you. But Leo, I worry about the ending here. It could have been worse, for sure. This cycle is going to come to an end. But you got to get yourselves out of this stuck energy and start to see the possibilities here. And don't allow things to become too overwhelming for you. Okay, Leo, what I'm seeing here is some of you may be dealing with somebody who is being extremely deceitful. They are hiding something from you. And I think that some of you have a really obscured view of the past. It's like either they're projecting a different side of themselves to you, or they're like hiding their past from you. In like, the Seven of Cups is basically saying that you're wanting to see it differently because it's like you have an emotional attachment here when it comes to the person that's involved. It's like there's a need for you to look back at the past, but you're not looking at it right. But Spirit is like guiding you back there like, hey, you know, you need to remember what was happening in the past with this person. Because it's like they're lying to you about something. You're dealing with somebody who's extremely deceitful. And when the truth does come out, it's going to be overwhelming for some of you guys. And I think it's because you're going to feel stuck in a situation with them that you don't want to be in when the truth does come out. And it's no wonder why the call of the night is showing up. Because after coming out of deceitfulness, it would make sense that you would want to go out and experience different things. But I'm telling you, you know, if you're wanting fairness and balance, you have to observe the way that this person is acting and the way that they're speaking, because they will reveal themselves through their own actions. But your view on the past, whether it's them like blocking you from it or you not wanting to remember it or to see it, is wrong. The past is wrong. The way that you're viewing it is wrong. There's something there that needs to be looked at, and what is there isn't good. It's not good. And I'm looking at this, and whoever I'm meant to connect with here, you'll know what this is about. This person is lying to you. There is a need for you here to get out of fantasy mode and start seeing the truth. And that's really what the High Priestess is trying to tell you. But I feel like you do, and when the truth comes out, you're going to be overwhelmed, but that is where you need to start creating some possibilities for yourself. And that is where the call of the night starts to come in. And unfortunately, Leo, you know, I can't help but to see it any other way. whatever wrongs happened are going to be amended, especially with justice being the overall energy here. But for some of you, you're having issues with the way that you're viewing the past. Something is not right there. Now, in terms of love for Leo, for some reason, it seems like there is a really big need here for you to start expressing the way that you feel. If you're feeling romantic, it's time to start expressing that and express your love. Both of these cards, it's like big time. For some of you, if you're in a relationship and you're happy, I think some of you may be dealing with like difficult children, may be the case. But if it's just somebody that's like trying to cause you problems, this may be something that you wouldn't have expected out of this person. But either way, express your love to your partner. You know, be grateful that they're there for you through this situation and, you know, start to show those feelings. For some of you, if you're going to end up breaking up out of this situation, I hate saying this, if this is what happens and the situation becomes overwhelming, be careful with the call of the night too. And here's where there's another warning. You don't want to do something that you're going to regret, especially if this is something that you want to repair because of this need to express the way that you feel. Regardless, this reading is surrounding you wanting some fairness and balance out of some really deceitful behavior.